We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. The Philippine Coast Guard will continue taking the lead in the government's oil spill cleanup operations in Oriental Mindoro. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. made the statement stressing there is no need for a reorganization in the government's ongoing efforts to handle the oil spill. Marcos said the Coast Guard has the assets and is also the one coordinating with the foreign aid that has been arriving. The PCG is coordinating with the Japanese experts who brought in special equipment such as the remotely operated vehicle that found the sunken MT Princess Empress and with their U.S. counterparts who are in the country to help in the operation. On the other hand, the Department of Environment and Natural Resources, or DENR, is assessing affected areas for cleanup, while the Department of Social Welfare and Development is providing relief assistance. The national government has also launched a Cash for Work program to clean up the oil spill, as well as food packs and livelihood aid for fisherfolk.
The idea is to have the assets in place so that pag may mangyaring ganyan, may response na tayo. We do not have to organize a special group, a special committee, a special task force. They're ready already as it is. So as it stands, nakahati ang duties. Of course, the Coast Guard is heading the effort. Because they have the assets, etc. And they also are the ones coordinating with the foreign aid that has been coming.
The chief of the Philippine Navy recently visited Pagasa Island and other outposts in the Kalayaan Island group to reach out to personnel deployed there. Philippine Navy Chief Vice Admiral Toribio Adachi Jr. met recently with government troops at Pagasa, Parola, and Likas Islands. He also visited the Naval Forces West and 3rd Marine Brigade headquarters, as well as the naval stations at Macarascas and Ulugan Bay in Puerto Princesa, Palawan. Adachi also led the ribbon cutting and blessing of the newly constructed administrative and research building at Parola and Likas Islands. He also talked with the troops and led the handover of emergency kits and foodstuffs. The Navy chief commended the efforts of sailors and Marines in the island stations, as well as the ships and aircraft in the Kalayaan Island group in accomplishing their mission and upholding their duties as defenders of the western frontier. He also lauded the Western Command through its commander, Vice Admiral Alberto Carlos, for highlighting the Navy's responsiveness to the country's defense and development. A sigh of relief for those wanting to learn to drive. The Land Transportation Office said it will begin imposing caps on driving school fees across the country. Starting April 15, the driving school fees for motorcycles will be a maximum of 3,500 pesos and 5,000 pesos for light vehicles. LTO Chief J.R. Togades said the cap was implemented in response to the appeal of the public to address the high and inconsistent prices charged by driving schools. Togades said penalties will be imposed on driving schools that violate the policy.
Ito po yung penalty pag hindi po sumunod yung mga driving schools. First offense, we will impose a penalty of 50,000 pesos and a suspension of 6 months. On the second offense, we will impose a penalty, a fine of 100,000 pesos and a suspension of 1 year. Now, on the third offense, we will revoke the accreditation issued to the driving school. So ito pong mga penalties na to will not be taken lightly. Kaya po kami, nananawagan po kami sa mga would-be student drivers. Kung meron po kayong inenrollan na driving school at mataas po ang kanilang charge, paki-sumbong nyo po sa LTO para po ma-aksyonan po namin. At yung sumbong po, sana po kumpleto po yung detalye para talagang siguradong maiimbestigahan at mababalikan po namin kayo.
In other news, colorful kites or burador will once again fill the skies of Sipalay City in Negros Occidental with the celebration of the 9th Burangoy Tourism Kite Festival. Sipalay City, also known as the kite tourism capital of the Philippines, aims to promote kite as a traditional Filipino culture, a family-friendly activity, an eco-friendly sport, and a venue for promoting local arts and culture. The Kite Association of the Philippines conferred the title on Sipalay City in recognition of its enduring commitment to promoting traditional Filipino kite culture as an annual tourism activity. This year, local officials hope to demonstrate various types of kites made from biodegradable materials. A kite flying competition featuring flat kites, flying fish kites, figure kites, and 3D geometric kites will be held on March 25. Earlier this month, 32 children and youth attended a kite-making workshop where they learned kite-making techniques from local master kite makers. The local government said the kite is their symbol of hope as they soar high and recover from the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic and Typhoon Odette. And that is the latest and the biggest stories from the Pna Newsroom. For more news content, visit our webpage or head on to the Philippine News Agency's Facebook and Twitter accounts. We are also shown on the social media pages of the Presidential Communications Officer, PCO. Stay tuned for more news updates. I am William Theo. We tell stories that inspire change.